Imagine this. You're cruising down the road in a vehicle that blends Volvo's heritage of rugged wagons with modern crossover styling and a plug-in hybrid system, capable of driving over 120 miles on pure electricity. Sounds almost too good to be true, right? Well, that's the promise of the all-new 2026 Volvo XC70. Now, longtime Volvo fans will remember the V70 Cross Country and later the XC70 wagon, those boxy, go-anywhere machines that became cult favorites. For 2026, Volvo has revived the XC70 nameplate, but this time it arrives as a sleek crossover instead of a wagon. That shift may disappoint purists, but there's plenty here to capture attention. Let's talk about the exterior because first impressions count. The XC70 borrows heavily from Volvo's electric design language. Up front, there's no traditional grille. Instead, you get a smooth fascia like the EX90 with a shuttered intake that opens only when cooling is needed. This not only sharpens aerodynamics, but gives the car a futuristic face. Some might find it too plain, but the signature Thor's Hammer LED headlights, paired with quad lamps in the bumper, make sure it's still instantly recognizable as a Volvo. From the side, the design stays clean and modern. Hidden flush door handles keep the profile sleek, while chamfered surfacing along the rocker panels adds subtle character. Alloy wheels vary by trim, with sharp multi-spoke designs that complement the minimalist theme. Swing around to the rear and you'll find Volvo's signature vertical taillights, extending into the hatch glass with a delicate hatched pattern. It's elegant, but critics may argue that from certain angles it looks too much like the older XC60. Size-wise, it's a mid-size crossover riding on Volvo's scalable modular architecture, offering a balanced stance with just enough ground clearance for rough city streets or gravel trails, though not the rugged feel of the old wagon. Step inside and Volvo's Scandinavian DNA is immediately apparent. Minimalist, thoughtful, and functional. Unlike the smaller EX30 that crammed everything onto one screen, the XC70 wisely separates key functions. A 12.3-inch digital driver display pairs with a massive 15.4-inch central touchscreen, striking a good balance between tech and usability. The dashboard sits low and uncluttered, while subtle air vents and finely designed Harman Kardon speakers underscore Volvo's attention to detail. Materials feel premium, though the XC70 is built in China rather than Sweden, which may raise some questions about build consistency compared to other Volvos. Practical touches remain. Open storage under the center console, a roomy armrest cubby, and of course seats that continue Volvo's reputation for world-class comfort. The minimalist design may feel too restrained for those wanting more flash, but it nails the brand's Scandinavian ethos. On the tech side, Volvo loads the XC70 with features that feel useful rather than gimmicky. The infotainment system is powered by Google, bringing built-in Maps, Assistant, and Play Store access, while over-the-air updates keep it fresh. The digital driver's display is crisp and informative. The downside? Physical buttons are almost gone, so everything from climate control to drive modes runs through the touchscreen. Some will love the sleek modernity, others will miss the tactile feel of knobs and dials. Performance is where things get exciting. Volvo offers two plug-in hybrid setups. The base front-wheel drive version pairs a 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder with an electric motor for 318 horsepower, backed by a 21.2 kilowatt-hour battery that delivers about 80 miles of electric range. That alone doubles what most plug-in hybrids manage. The highlight, though, is the all-wheel drive model. It uses 3 electric motors, 2 on the rear axle and 1 up front, combined with the same gas engine for 462 horsepower. A larger 39.6 kilowatt-hour battery pushes electric range up to an impressive 124 miles on the optimistic CLTC scale, likely closer to 90 miles under EPA testing. Still, that's industry-leading for a plug-in hybrid. Total range with gas and electric power together is quoted at 745 miles, road trip levels without frequent stops. While official acceleration figures aren't published, with that much power, expect a 0 to 60 mile per hour time in the mid 4-second range and a top speed around 125 miles per hour. Smooth transmission tuning ensures refinement, with the electric motors doing most of the work at low speeds for quiet, responsive driving. The only drawback? That tiny 1.5-liter engine can sound strained when pushed hard, and enthusiasts may miss the character of a bigger motor. Efficiency is the XC70's ace card. Daily drivers with commutes under 80 miles could realistically go gas-free most of the time. On longer highway trips, fuel economy will settle closer to hybrid norms, likely in the mid-30s miles per gallon. Towing capacity hasn't been emphasized, but expect about 3,500 pounds. Fine for small trailers or boats, but not serious heavy hauling. Of course, this is a Volvo, so safety is front and center. Expect adaptive cruise, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, emergency braking, and Volvo's semi-autonomous pilot assist. Crash test results aren't in yet, but given Volvo's track record, strong safety scores seem inevitable. The only complaint some drivers have is that Volvo's systems can be a bit too hands-on, with constant alerts and corrections that may feel intrusive. Pricing gives us another twist. In China, the XC70 starts at 446,900 yuan, about $62,500. That positions it as a premium choice. But here's the catch: Volvo hasn't announced plans to sell it in the US. High tariffs on Chinese-built vehicles would push the price into six figures, making it unrealistic. Europe may see it, but for now, it's a China-focused model. For American fans, that's a frustrating reality, especially given Volvo's relatively quiet US lineup. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Volvo XC70 may not satisfy die-hard wagon fans, and some will criticize its familiar styling and Chinese production. But its mix of exceptional electric range, clean Scandinavian design, thoughtful interior, and Volvo's trademark safety make it one of the most intriguing plug-in hybrids on the horizon. Now let me throw the question back to you. Does the XC70's blend of style, performance, and groundbreaking efficiency outweigh its drawbacks? Comment your thoughts below. I'd love to hear what you think.